Alrighty, Big HD covering the 7 p.m. games. Look like a couple closeout games here. April 28th. Right now, there's 19 seconds left in the Phoenix in New Orleans game. The 76ers in Toronto ended up to be a blowout. Straight blowout. So basically, I just took some notes for the third quarter, and they were a 22-point lead with less than 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, and they never even looked back. Uh, I looked a little bit in the fourth quarter, and I think Toronto is they cut the lead to maybe 15 or 10 in the fourth, but I don't think it was even that close. I looked and man, I think it was a 30-point game. So basically, the Sixers, they came out strong. The rebounding by Toronto was still pretty good. And then the Beard started making plays. The Phillies defense started turning up. Maxey started turning up. The Raptors started going cold. They couldn't get any stops. Harris started heating up. Harden was just going off. And there was a 22-3 run. Toronto was 9 for 12. No, during the run, the 76ers were 9 for 12. Toronto was 4 for 14 and only 4 for 23 in to that point in the three-point shot. So basically, 76ers came out and handled the business. Going into this Phoenix in New Orleans game, they both started out good. This whole game they were competing pretty strong. It was close up into this last half of the fourth quarter. With Paul had 12 points, under 11 to go in the third, so it was like just opened in the third. And the 16 points from McCollum. McCollum was going off a little bit, but then he was in foul trouble. So he had his fourth foul in the third with about 10 minutes to go. So McCollum got in foul trouble there, and it was one of his better shooting nights of the series. Good hustle by Pels, though. They continued the hustle. They continued the points in the paint. At that point, it was 40-18 the Pelicans with points into the paint advantage. Paul had 8 points in that third quarter, under 7 to play. McCollum then had his fifth foul. So, and then CP just started taking over. Bridges started taking over. I want to say Aiden. That was 12 of 13 in the third. And then we went all into the fourth quarter. And a great start in the fourth quarter by both teams. Pels continued to control the paint. Paul was still perfect. He went and hit up to, I think he hit his first 13, and all the coach was crying for the Pelicans. Paul hit 13 in a row before he missed one. I think he ended up 13 to 14. Booker kind of looked a little bit rusty, but then I think he kind of shook the rust off a little bit towards the end of the game. McCollum was 1 of 5 for threes all night after he got in the game. Right there at the end, it was tight. Booker hit a 3 with 90 seconds to go. Then Bridges got a steal and a dunk, and that kind of sealed the deal. It was up 4. Suns, they made another play, and they were up 6, and that was pretty much the game. So we had a couple of closeouts. And that ended my streak of calling games. at 5. I think it was 5 or 6. Anyways, we're not getting game 7s like I was expecting. The number 1 seed of the West, Phoenix Suns, were able to handle business, close out at 6. The 76ers were able to handle business, and really dominant performance in Toronto. Toronto only scored 17 points in the third. Just kind of looking at these stats right here. Green, he was going off a little bit. 12 points. Embiid 33 points. Harden a nice size double double, 22 and 15. We'll go ahead and look at these Raptors real quick. Siakam 24 points. Then Boucher had 25. And the Trent Jr. 19. There's not really much else. Barnes 18. And that's really it. They scored 19 points in the fourth quarter. 37 points in the third quarter by Philly. 33 in the fourth. Pretty good game there for Philly. So Philly's going to be in Miami. So at least we don't have to talk about Doc Rivers possibly being the first coach to lose a 3-0 lead, because I could already hear it, and I was already slightly talking about it yesterday. So good thing they handled business. That's going to be me for the evening. Gonna catch a little bit of this Jazz game. Mavs and Jazz. Big HDENT. Like, subscribe, comment if you enjoy the content. Let me know. I'm in full effect.